Hi everybody, this is Carla and this is another episode of Throwback Thursday. If you're just joining me for the first time, this is a channel about cross stitch and my online cross stitch store. I have a normal floss tube channel where I go into more detail about my personal stitching and take a little bit more time, but the Throwback Thursday episodes are short videos where I just pull some older, sometimes quirky, fun charts to show you things that are out of print, or designers who may still be designing but have been designing for decades, and show some of their older things, and to give you some options of things you might want to stitch other than just the very most recent things and the designs that you're seeing everywhere. So hopefully you can think outside the box a little bit and see what's out there from olden days. So let's get started. I just have about a dozen things to show you today, so it won't take very long. The first one is by CB's Designs. I do not believe they're designing anymore. And this one is called It's Always Home. And it says, no matter what, no matter where, it's always home if love is there. And I don't think there's a date on that. I'm sorry, my cat is playing with a pile of paper and making a bunch of noise. If it gets bad, I'll stop the video and lecture her sternly. This one is, let's see, it was stitched on 28 count Sea Storm from Green Mountain. I've never heard of linen by Green Mountain before. And let's see if it has a stitch count. Oh, area is 200 wide by 80 high. And it was stitched with Gentle Art sampler threads. And there is no date, but I would assume this is from the 90s. So that is by CB Designs. It's Always Home. Okay, the next one is Raise the Roof. Design is called Santa Claus. And this one is from 2004. But they have an entire series of the wash day series or clothesline series, and this one is Santa's clothes on the line drying. They also have Halloween, hang 10 for the beach, Easter one, let's see what else. And with each of these came an optional button pack, and the button packs are really fun. So this is the button pack for Santa Claus, and look at that button. Isn't that amazing? These are all by Just Another Button Company, and it's got this one and an ornament and little bells. So there's a number, you can see there's a number more, and you can skip the buttons, but they're kind of what makes the chart. This particular chart is 210 wide by 101 high, and it was stitched on 32 count opalescent with Gentle Art Samplers threads and Weeks Dye Works, and a DMC conversion is provided. But just to give you an idea, here's some of the other super fun. This one is Witchy Washy, which is a witch's clothes on the line. You can see all the fun buttons in there. And let's see. This one is the Valentine. It's Love Laundry. So I think it's got maybe some lingerie or something on the clothesline. And those are all the fun buttons for that one. And then there is Clean and Green. So there are just lots and lots of super, this one's really fun. Sam's Socks, Shorts, and Such. And this one is Uncle Sam's. Clothes are on the line. And look at all those fun flower buttons. So that is, that series is by Raise the Roof, and the Santa Claus, like I said, was from 2004. Another one from a designer I don't really remember very well is Gentle Pursuit Designs, and this one is called Beach Memories, and it is a charted needlework design, a needle book design. And isn't that neat? So it shows both the front and the back. And let's see, it was stitched on 32 count antique blue linen by Witchelt, with DMC floss, Kreinig, sampler threads, Whisper threads, Weeks Dye Works threads, and I think that's it. So, oops, here we go. So that is by Beach Memories by Gentle Pursuit Designs. Sorry for the glare. I am working on my lighting. So, Butternut Road. This is Marilyn Levitt Emblem, and these are I don't believe she designs anymore. So this one is from. Oh, I thought I had the date on this one. I'm going to say the 1990s again. And this one's called New Baby. And a lot of her designs are either classic, kind of traditional sampler types, or kind of a, I don't want to say Amish flair, country flair, but this kind of look. And that one's really pretty. It's got the cherry blossoms over the baby, and of course the baby in the bow. And this one was stitched with DMC floss on 32 count champagne linen, and the stitch count is 160 by 126. So New Baby by Butternut Road. The next one is by Blue Whale Designs, and it is from 1995, and it's called The Dewdrop Inn. And this one's really cute. Super simple designs. It's got the spotted birds, and on the top one here it says a bird in the hand, birds of a feather, and fine feather friends. And then the one in the bottom is The Dewdrop Inn. And those were stitched with DMC floss, and the stitch count for this small one is just 53 by 81, and the stitch count for the other one is 91 by 118, also stitched with DMC floss. And these are beginner level designs. Another one is from the Black Swan, and Black Swan also had very distinctive style. The designer is Karen Weaver, and this one is called Lucian, Wizard of Fire. And let's see if I can find a date on this one. Don't see a year, but I'm also going to guess late 1990s. So this is Lucian, Wizard of Fire. Quite a detailed chart. It says, legends speak of a time before Enchantra existed. A time when wizards and magicians freely walked distant lands. No one could imagine a force strong enough to banish magic from those distant shores, but it is said that 4 powerful wizards were driven to ground. And the series is these 4 here, or the 3 plus Lucian. So you've got Cymberlea, Merrick, and Dragon Lake. But the only one I have in stock, I believe, is Lucian. And this one is Lucian, Wizard of Fire. Oh, 1998. It was stitched on 2/2 on 32 count Belfast dirty linen or 32 count natural linen. And it was stitched with DMC or Anchor floss. And then you also calls for blending of 2 strands of DMC floss with Kreinig braid. So I think that one's I love the colors. You can see where the Kreinig really would show through on those deep dark purples and reds, and then have the gold Kreinig. So, and the next one is by Cherished Stitches. The designer is Louise Henderson. This is from 2004. And it's called Flowers from the Heart Accessory Bag. So the stitching itself is pretty simple. And then I thought this was kind of funny. It says a CD is used for a template to make the base of the bag. And it's like, I don't think people even buy CDs anymore. Of course, they're the same size as a Blu-ray disc or anything. But a CD is used for the template to make the base of the bag. A great time to use one of those freebies you get in the mail. Using a CD as a template, draw a circle on the board, and then when you cut it out, be sure to cut out the inside of the drawn line in order to make it large enough. So let's see, the stitch count on this one is 251 by 136, which is quite a bit bigger than I anticipated. Wonder if it gives the finished size of the design. On 32 count linen, it would be 15 and 5/8 wide by 8.5 inches high. So it's not a small accessory bag. And this one was says designed by Louise Henderson of Cherished Stitches. Just says 32 count. It doesn't say what kind they. Oh, antique tan from Witchelt. Antique tan linen, 32 count. And it was, doesn't say if it was stitched over 2 over 2. I always say it doesn't say, and then I find it. So that one. Then by Just Cross Stitch, there's a number of these Christmas tradition stockings, and I think I have 3 or 4 of them in stock. I'm trying to find the date. I should get the date. 1989. So this is from 1989, and it's designed by Kathy Livingston. And this particular one is called Father Christmas. So, and here's a few of the other stockings, all by, I believe, all by Kathy Livingston in the Christmas Tradition series. And I think I have at least one or two other ones in stock. These are from a store that went out of business. And these were stitched with DMC floss. And the fabric used for the model was 25 count pewter Lugana from Zweigert, and the stitch count is 222 high by 121 wide. And I think it's done, it's done in cross stitch, mostly cross stitch, and then it's got some double cross stitch and a Smyrna cross, and that's it for specialty stitches. So Father Christmas from the Christmas Traditions by Just Cross Stitch, and that's from 1989. The next one I picked out just because it's funny, and then it gets me singing the Raisins song in my head. This one is from oh boy, 1988, and it was also published by Just Cross Stitch, and it's the California Raisins in Concert, and it's the mini raisins, so they're mini designs. Aren't those hilarious? Now, if you're my age, you'll probably remember the California Raisin commercials and the Heard It on the Grapevine song that they sang. But you get the 1, 2, 3, 4, very tiny, very, very tiny, super simple. Each of these is super easy, super quick. And then you've got the singing and the piano. Isn't that hilarious? That's from 1988. Another oldie that I thought was pretty funny too is called Pillogram Happy Birthday, and this is by Gemini Designs, and this is from 1992. So it's Pillogram Happy Birthday, and you can actually make it into a pillow, or you could frame it. So this one looks like a letter or a postcard, and it's got, they actually stitched the to and from address and the date. And then the other one down here says, Happy Birthday, in this case, Ray, and it has a date. Today is your day, a special day for a very special friend. May your birthday begin a year of good wishes, good friends, good fortune, and all that you wish for. Enjoy a fun-filled day as you celebrate your birthday. So I just thought that was pretty classic Throwback Thursday type of chart. Another funny one that I pulled, I was just kind of in a mood for funny charts from way back. This one is by Jeanette Cruz, and it's called Oinkabet, and it's a pig alphabet. And this one is from 1989. Isn't that hilarious? And she actually did there was actually a number of different alphabets by Jeanette Cruz. And this one is Oinkabet. That is just so funny. Then I picked one from Sandra Sullivan, Homespun Elegance. She has been designing for a very, very long time, and is continuing to put out charts every week almost. This one is from 1982 by Sandra Sullivan, Homespun Elegance, and it's called Patches of Country 1, 22 Designs. And a lot of times, I've mentioned this a number of times, that the older charts often don't have very good photos. And these are often very inexpensive when you can find them, these older charts, but you get 22 motifs. So you've got the flag and the schoolhouse, and back here are some country animals. So you've got little tiny, super, super simple, quick stitches. And there's often a lot of books like this that have just a bunch of motifs. And sometimes, you know, even if you found 2 designs in there, if the chart's $3, $4 compared to, you know, one single, a lot of times, sometimes a chart like this now could be $8 or $9 or $10 just for the one single motif. So that's where I want you to think outside the box, especially if your stitching budget's a little tight, and say, you know, I can make some really quick gifts with these, and I like the country motif or whatever the book is. So this one is called Patches of Country 1, 22 Designs. It says for Christmas and all year. Last one is an oriental flower design. I think it's just beautiful. It's by Carolyn Meacham with Serendipity Designs, and it's called Autumn Blossoms. Aren't the colors in that just gorgeous? And this one is from 1988, and it is, let's see, stitch count is, we're not given here. Oh, 196 across by 308 high, and it was stitched with DMC floss, and it just says you can use 14, 11, or 18 count Aida, so fabric of your choice. It does do some blending threads, and blending means you take one strand of floss from 2 different colors and use those. But I just think that's beautiful. This one's got a little bit of wear. That will be described on our site. I believe this chart came from a store that went out of business. So that's it. That's it for Throwback Thursday. I hope you saw some things you like, or maybe gave you a smile. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.